We really very quickly started a petition, and the petition called on the university administration and the Board of Governors to halt all construction on U Boulevard until proper consultations would be done with students.
So that petition went around, and that went around in the spring, and it collected about 4,000 signatures in the span of about 2 weeks. So right off the bat, that goes to show that students were in opposition, or at least wanted to be consulted in terms of what was going on in the middle of their campus.
What ended up happening was the Board of Governors decided to approve the tunnel for the bus loop and not approve the above-ground shopping mall and retail part of the plan.
I think our President Toop, is very sensitive to student needs and student viewpoints, and the board too. And given that there was a petition coming forward, I think they wanted to. That's one of the reasons why they asked the planning department to look at it again and do another review and make sure that there was an opportunity for everybody to have a voice.
Students and faculty were asked what they wanted to see in the area, predominantly saying no to housing and to retail space, and then Nancy Knight submitting a report saying there needs to be housing and there needs to be retail space prioritized in this area, which is sort of in blatant disregard to the whole concept of consultation.
You see a lot of student politicians and of course university administrators still giving verbal commitment to the underground bus loop with very little logic behind it other than we just have to compromise.
Some people are keen just to get it built so that there's a better transit station, there's more pedestrian safety. I hear quite a bit about worries about pedestrians dodging back and forth between buses at our current temporary terminal.
Has there been any safety incidents, any accidents?
Not that I'm aware of, but I haven't been monitoring those statistics.
The underground bus loop is very small. It will not have room for expansion. It does not include trolley buses. There's all kinds of technical problems, but the main point is that there's not enough space.
It's important to note that the current plan won't increase ridership. It doesn't increase the amount of buses. It doesn't increase the amount of people riding buses. So it's not possible to tout the plan as a green plan, although it's being promoted as a green plan.
In September, we were criticizing the bus loop, and we said, we know that there's going to be rapid transit to BC if there's political will on the part of the administration. The response we got from the VP was, No way, there's no way that's going to happen. Don't even try. Just a month ago, Stephen Toop released a press release saying that the underground bus loop had taken rapid transit extension into account, which was blatantly untrue. I went to talk to campus community planning the next day, and she said that when that press release came out, that was the first they had heard about the rapid transit, and that they had to hurry up and make it look as if they had taken that into account when it really isn't true.
We have diverse interests from one end of the scale to another. So our job is to try to craft something that meets the needs of as many and the views of as many as we can. But we don't always satisfy everybody.
Yeah, so we built the Trek Park, and we decided to reclaim the public space up by the parking lot.
It was symbolic, but it was also physical. It was actually taking up space, and that's the thing that causes a reaction from the university.
Protest is a normal part of university life, and we were perfectly comfortable with having them there, and tried to engage with them several times, tried to make sure that they were participating in the process, in addition to kind of having a physical location for a protest.
The university administration, loosely defined, took the liberty to bring in big machines and destroy the park, and that happened over the break when we were in exams and no one was paying attention.
I think actually that was just a mistake. There was no intent to in any way try to put down the protest.
It seemed like they were saying, the parking lot will win in the end. Everything will return to parking lots.
The board has indicated in its discussion of the University Square project and the transit terminal, they're committed to the underground terminal.
A lot of people are going to argue that because there's already been construction underway, there's no hope for potential to stop the bus loop.
The underground bus loop plan is right now driven by inertia. There aren't any good reasons behind it. The university has some supposed reasons, one of them being sustainability. However, the underground bus loop in no way increases transit to campus. A lot of times we give way too much credit to administrators and bureaucracies that they really know what they're doing and that they will be able to get away with it, even if we try to stop them.
We've started a draft for a petition, and it's kind of on the model of the old University Boulevard petition, but it's more specific to the bus loop, and it just has a series of sort of demands and reasons for not going ahead with the $40 million bus loop.
We do have a chance, we do have a voice, and if we use these opportunities to make sure that our voices are heard, we can have change and that we can affect how our communities are operated and run.